So now it's time for our back lay each way feature for Cheltenham. Nick, I know you've got a whole portfolio of Cheltenham bets, but who's your best bet of the festival?
It'd have to be the new one in the Neptune Hurdle. Love this horse. I thought he was a bit unlucky at Cheltenham last time, you know, just got collared by at Fisher's Cross. I thought he showed really good speed to take it up on really, really horrible ground, quickened really well to go clear of his field and just got collared on the line by a good horse and a very strong stayer. Wouldn't hold that against him. I think on good ground he would have won that race easily. I think on good ground or good to soft ground, I think he's a huge player here. And I'm taking him to beat the Irish hot pot PONT ALEXANDRE.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention him because Willie Mullins has compared him to Hurricane Fly, so that's something, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be something, yeah. I mean, you know, it's going to be a great race, and it's in the best traditions of all Cheltenham races. We've got a top-class Irish horse in against some really, really good British horses as well. So, you know, something's got to give, and one of them is, you know, going to be beaten. But Nigel Twiston-Davies is bullish about the new one, and, you know, I can see why. He beat My 10 to Yours in a bumper at Aintree last season, so he's got a huge amount of speed, this horse. I can't believe that on good to soft ground, if it is going to be that, hopefully it will be, that anything will come up the running quicker than he will. You know, he's a great hurdler, he's very fast over his hurdles, he's got a good cruising speed, and I just hope Sam Twiston-Davies just keeps hold of him a little bit longer this time, doesn't use him up so early. And if he's thereabouts at the last, then I can just see him sprinting up the hill and, you know, going on to win. I really, really am so excited about this horse, which is dangerous.
So have you got stuck into him?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, I've had a few bets on him. I probably will carry on backing him before the festival. It's dangerous to be this confident about a horse because normally something happens and it doesn't work out. But I can only see good logical reasons to support him. And, you know, if everything works out how it should work out, he's going to be there at the last. He's going to have a chance. I just hope he's got a bit more toe than PONT ALEXANDRE, and maybe the John Joe O'Neill horse tacking to sire as well. So.
Yeah, he's a big danger, isn't he?
Yeah.
All right, so that is the new one to win the Neptune. And who will you be laying, Nick?
Well, it's another Willie Mullins horse, actually. You mentioned him already, Hurricane Fly. I'm not quite sure why he's 5 to 4, particularly in comparison to Rock on Ruby's price. You know, you leave the others out of it for a moment. I don't really see why Hurricane Fly should reverse the form with Rock on Ruby from last year. He's well beaten. And Rock on Ruby hasn't gone backwards since then. Good run at Cheltenham on his comeback, was a bit rusty. One at Doncaster, we don't quite know what would happen there because of what happened to poor old Darland. But I think Harry Fry's always said it's just about one race. So we can, you know, there's a bit of improvement to come from Rock on Ruby. I think, you know, Hurricane Fly won that Irish Champion Hurdle last time as well as he won it last year. And that wasn't good enough when he came to Cheltenham last year and he finished third. And you know, they've said that he's a different horse this year and he's improved, or, you know, he hasn't had any niggles.
He's had a proper prep this year, hasn't he?
Proper preparation. You know, I just... It's difficult to crab a horse that's won as many Grade 1s as he has, but, you know, he does often beat the same horses. I think Go Native could have beaten him if he hadn't fallen at the last earlier in the season. Then he's beaten 1,000 Stars last time. He did nothing for the form at Navan. And just isn't in Hurricane Fly's class, and I think, you know, I think he's too short. I think there's a lot of strength and depth to the
and we haven't
hurdle.
seen a horse regain the champion hurdle since 1975, which was Comedy of Errors. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, it's hard enough to win races once at Cheltenham. You see with the Gold Cup, Cato Star was the first one to regain it in God knows how long, and it's the same story with the champion hurdle. You can try and win it once, and you know, if you do lucky enough to win it, great. But I mean, to lose it again and then come back again, it's a tall order.
It is Hurricane Fly, who's absolutely cantered home. Won very impressively for Ruby Walsh. Big battle on for second place.
And who's your each way bet for the festival?
Well, I mean, God, there's loads of these I could have picked, but I'll side with one. Our VINNIE, I think, in the Albert Bartlett, I think has got a really good chance each way. Charles Burns loves this race. He's won it before. He's had 2 placed horses. He always normally targets one at it every season. And our VINNIE, just interested, he took him over to Cheltenham in October for a spin round. Did really well, should have won, should have beaten according to Trev, but made a bad mistake at the last, flew up the hill, just failed to get there. Won a couple of Grade 3s in Ireland, wasn't really seen to best effect last time. He was down in trip, 2 mile 4, ran against PONT ALEXANDRE, had to give him weight, was never ever going to win that, I don't think, because PONT ALEXANDRE is very, very good. I think now back up to 3 miles in the Albert Bartlett, you need a real staying type. He's very closely related to Comply or Die. He won the Grand National a few years ago, so you can see that staying is going to be his game. And he's around the 16-1 mark, and I think that's too big. I think he's really solid. He's a brave horse. Both of his wins have come by a head and a short head, I think. So he really, is a real trier, and he's got a bit of ability as well. So
have you backed him yet?
Yes, and I'll probably back him again.
Alexandre and Ruby Walsh clear. Another one for Willie Mullins and Susanna Ritchie. Sizing Gold second, our Vinnie third.